Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Jay Jones.
It's your boy Bola.
It's KB.
And this is episode 33 of the Oh Shit Pod. And this is old school advice.
Right.
We got a special guest with us today. Bola, I'm gonna let you do the honors.
I got my father-in-law here, all the way down from Atlanta by way of Chicago.
Town, stay down.
He came out here to visit. So it was, we had to get him on the pod, just ask him a few questions, let us know the differences between today's modern day dad, compared to the old school modern day, dad from that time. So just give us a little advice. We're gonna ask you a few questions. We're gonna put you on the spot too.
That's fine.
And and we just wanna learn and pick your brain. That way we'll give some of our guests some ideas as well.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself, man. Mike's yours.
All right. Well, I'm Mike Cribbs.
Yes, sir.
And I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
I have 6 grown children.
Grown.
And 21 grandchildren.
Goodness.
Well, 21 to be. I got 2 on the way.
Yeah.
21 to be.
21.
And, life's been good. I'm a year and a half from retiring.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Bola and them are going to be seeing a lot more of me.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
That's a big blessing. Big blessing.
So it's been good. It's been a while since I've been here, but we're actually even looking at houses after we get done with this.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, that's a blessing.
Help is on the way.
Right.
Oh, you gonna be out.
Sniffing big air.
Looking what?
Doorknobs.
You got time.
So, oh man, my question to you is, did you see yourself as a grandfather of 21 to be? Like, that's just how you feel about that.
Hey, and 2 of them are twins, so
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Well, yeah, I did because I have 6 children and I got 4 boys. So if my boys are anything like me, it's possible. It was possible. Yes.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
that's crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
On that note, with that many grandkids, I know the excitement you have for the first.
Mhm.
Do you still get that same feeling for each one after that? Because I know it, like we talked about last part, like life in general, just bringing a new life into the world is such a blessing and such a great thing. Like, you get that same feeling. Like, how does that, with that many?
Well,
Lord,
I think the difference between the first one and maybe the 21st one, the first one, I was a lot younger.
Mhm.
So, I was happy and excited. Got a grandson, you tell everybody, you got a grandson, but then, I went on about my business. But where I'm at in my life now, grandchildren are a little bit more important than the children are.
Mom
So
just said that.
Yes. So yes, with each newborn grandchild, it gets more exciting. That is that's our focus.
Yeah.
Now is our grandchildren.
Yeah.
We love our children, but grandchildren then took over.
Right. I can attest to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's take it back. So prior, did you have your mom and dad in your life together?
Yes.
Okay.
The whole
so you
70. My parents were married 74 years. My dad.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry. They were married 69 years. He died, passed away a month before their 70th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had them in my life the whole time.
So did that help shape how you wanted your family to look?
Yes, it did. It did. I took a lot from my dad and my mother and seeing how they, did the family. And my mom's still the matriarch of our family. She's 91 years old and still calls the shots.
Wow.
Wait, she called you a dummy the other day,
Right?
right?
She called me a dummy. Caught me off guard. I'm driving on the highway, so you just dumb. Hold on, man.
I'm old
now. Maybe I
Put you in
might
that
have
back
said
seat.
something too. I said something at the time, but she thought it was a dumb move. You know? She let me know.
Yeah, they still their parents. Their parents are always gonna parent you. Like I don't care how old we are, our parents are always gonna
That's
parent
right.
us.
That is true.
That's
That's a
funny.
good thing.
So
Yeah.
what was your parenting style when you first your first child? You was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna raise them.
Just I kind of took after my dad. As far as raising them and disciplining them, you know, I was old school. You know, wasn't no timeout. You
Right,
know,
right.
You know, it's like you know, you get that belt.
You get knocked out.
Yeah.
Get knocked out, and that's true. And you know, I don't believe in timeout because that's an easy way out.
Easy way out.
You know,
okay.
you need to be. You know, let's get in this corner and have a talk. And you know, my first child was a boy, so
He got it.
you got
Yeah.
He got it.
yeah.
But what my mom always say, she say, spare the rod, spoil the child.
Yeah.
So, you know, she be looking at Nene sometimes like she be wanting to lay hands on Nene, but it's like, I think with how society has changed, it makes it very difficult to, how do you say it?
Discipline your children.
Discipline your kids. Like, because anybody could pick up the phone nowadays and say,
Yeah.
you know, he was handling his child wrong. He was beating her. Like they was just spankings to me. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
but nowadays it's like
That's child
anything.
abuse.
That's a child abuse, or you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So that makes me lead me to my next question. Okay, so you believe in that. Has your stance changed now that you're a grandparent when one of your children are getting ready to lay hands on their child? You're like, whoa, now hold on.
No.
Like, baby.
No, it don't change because you know I'm a firm believer in that.
Okay.
And the thing is, you was talking about society. You know how a lot of parents, especially young parents, are scared to do that. That's why we had this time out. But we have to take back what society's done taken away from us.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
because if we take it back, then a lot of our children won't be in jail and all that stuff later on when they get older.
yeah,
You know, because you can't tell me, well, you got your butt whooped. I still remember my whoopings. I'm
Man.
65 years old, and I still
Remember 'em.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know, I remember.
I remember
and
going to my
where I got it.
I walked in my bathroom many times and looked at my behind like, God,
That's right.
He
That's
really went to
right.
work.
That's right.
but red is all get out. Gotta go to work. Gotta go to class with these stripes on the bar.
Let me ask you a question. So, it's what, 4 boys and 2 girls. The difference in the raising of the 2 girls in comparison to the 4 boys. And don't sit here and tell me what different because I know.
Oh, there
For
is a
sure.
difference. There is I ain't never laid a hand on my girls.
Right.
Them boys I try to knock out. So, they'll tell you. They'll tell you. And the boys will tell you that they know these girls never got, you know, it was even hard to get mad at them. You
Right,
know,
yeah.
at the girls. I'm just
I
keeping it
still
real.
see.
but-
I have it in my house now. Like,
yeah, but the boys, I ain't have
They
no
got it.
problem. No problem.
See,
Yeah.
those are the only times where I'm like, man, it would be so much easier if at least one of these was a boy. Because man, it's like even when they push you to that, like, golly, it's still like, man, when you look at it, it's like, that's my baby girl. Like, I
Yeah.
go to timeout. Or go see your mom.
Society.
Yeah. And yeah, that's how I dealt with it. Go see your mom. I didn't even want to deal with it. But, you know, the girls never really had no problems out of them. You know, thank God for that. But the boys, we boys.
Yeah.
We gonna do boy things.
You gonna push some
you
limits.
know, I got my butt. You know, when you get out of school in the summertime, every night we got our butt. I got 2 brothers. We got our butt whooped every night.
Because I was doing it.
We was doing it. We was being boys. We had a neighborhood full of boys, and we was getting our butt
Always
whooped
gonna
every
get
night.
it. It was something to get into
Yep.
all the
Trouble,
time.
trouble was everywhere.
Everywhere.
So I got a girl that's getting up in age. She's 7, gonna be 8 this year, and I'm just like stressing about the upcoming years. And so, with you saying you had 2 girls, how was that when they reached the teenage or preteen years? Was it tough on you?
Well, I tell you, the toughest thing on me about the girls when they started getting older, So I always left the line of communication open. Let them know it was okay to tell me anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about anything. So the only thing, some of the things they used to come and talk to me about, I sit there and listen to them, but then I had to go in the back room and say, woo. I didn't know if I answered that right or if I handled that right. But yeah, it's just, it's
It was
different.
more so not scaring them when they was
No,
talking
you
to
can't scare them.
Yeah.
You just got to let them know. I let them know how guys are. I ain't been an angel all my life.
Mhm.
I let them know how I was when it comes to chasing girls and stuff and what boys could do.
Mhm.
And, I just kept it open and let them know. And, and the one thing I always said about my girls, your conversation is different between boys and girls.
True.
One thing I always tell my girls, I can sit here and tell you how we are, boys, but I can't watch you every step of the day, of the
Right,
way,
right.
Yeah.
You
got to
have to make
experience it.
you got to make your own decisions, and I just hope it's the right decisions you make.
Right.
It's crazy you say that though, because I'm already getting questions that make me like, what in the world?
Yeah,
Like Kalani,
right.
I tell you, Kalani came up to me the other day, maybe it's about a week ago, and I guess she walked in the bathroom. Kaylin had just came out the shower, so she asked, "Mommy, what's that?" And Kay was like, "It's a breast," and so she said, "Nene had breasts?" And Kay was like, "Yeah." "Sissy had breasts?" "Yeah." So I'm just minding my business. I didn't hear none of this. I'm minding my business. She just come out of nowhere and just grab my shirt and pull my shirt up. She say, "Daddy, you have breasts?"
I know you were like, wait, hold on.
I said, "Nah, I got a chest."
He's called pecs, baby.
But I'm like, golly, Kayla just laughing. She was like, I mean, I'm just
You
gonna
gotta
be honest with her.
Yeah.
And but it's like they pick up on stuff so quick. So
Yeah.
now I'm like, if she asking these questions at 2, I'm already trying to get myself ready for like when she really starts understanding things and she sees stuff, and it's like you can only shield them from so much.
Right,
Especially
that's
with
it.
media.
Yeah. So it's like Pop says, like you gotta you tell them what it is, you tell them what you did,
Mhm.
and they have to make their own decisions. But like we always talk about, I try to instill those affirmations in them, and I'm gonna try to be the dad to. I'm gonna take you out on dates. I'm gonna take you to do stuff.
Yeah.
So whenever these little boys show up to try to impress
have
them,
a-
it's like,
They
man,
have
my
a
dad
gauge.
been doing
Yeah,
that. Like,
there's
my
a
dad,
gauge.
my pop's been doing that, so
Yeah.
that don't really impress me. But I'm nervous for
Scary
them
hours.
years.
Scary hours.
You know what though? Y'all have it harder than we did. You young dads, because when we was kids, we played outside a lot. As young boys and stuff, and we outside, we did our thing, but
Yeah.
we was outside a lot. Where these kids nowadays, they're so in tune to internet, YouTube, and they
Growing up
see
fast.
everything.
Growing up
Everything.
fast.
So they're seeing more at an early age. So they're starting to ask questions you wouldn't even think about.
Right.
They're going to ask you. From when we was kids, we wouldn't even think about asking our parents some of the stuff they ask you now because we wasn't exposed to it.
Right,
Like
absolutely.
the internet and stuff back then, like they are
I
now.
will say, yeah, I agree with you 100% because recently I was watching a movie and my daughter came downstairs to get some food and she stopped by the couch and she's like, "Dad, what you watch?" I was like, "It's a pretty good movie." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And then towards the end, the couple kissed at the end and she's like, "It was good until they kissed. I ain't." And they walked off and I was like, "Ooh,
Right.
okay." Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the best answer you can
Best answer you
get.
can
Right. It was real nasty, wasn't it? Yucky. Ill. Like you just right?
Straight
And she
up.
walked out and I'm just on the couch like, "Oh, thank you."
She don't like that.
She don't like that.
But I can already tell like the difference also because you pull up, you just get here from on the road, you pull up to the house, and I had to work. This is my first weekend working in almost a year and a half. So you pull up and the first thing I see is Bryce outside. with his helmet on and riding his bicycle. So Bailey said, yeah, as soon as my dad pulled up, I think he was in the house for about 5 minutes. First thing they did was went for a mile. Like, and it's different because, you know, Bryce is an outside. He loves outside, right? He loves it, but he's one of them kids that after an hour, we'll be outside for an hour shooting basketball. After we could have did that for 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours as a kid. After an hour now, he's like, Dad, I want to go inside and go watch TV. And it's like so different to me. And I can't force him to be outside and be like, because when you force any kid to do anything, they're gonna rebel and say, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So it's just that you come in here for 5 minutes and the first thing you did was taking them outside shows how different that generation was.
But then you also, on top of that, you got to understand, like, and I don't know where everybody grew up, but for most of my childhood, I was in a neighborhood to where my parents were cool with me going outside, and I'm in the neighborhood, like I'm in a cul-de-sac.
I think it was every neighborhood.
Yeah,
That's
regardless
what
of
where
where
it was at.
It, just
It
like
felt
that,
like that,
bro.
like you could
If
just go
saw
outside.
a bunch of bikes in somebody's house, you knew everybody over there. Like,
Right.
If they was
Right.
playing video games, cool. And then
Knock
after
on
that,
the door.
we going to play
It could
football.
it could be the best neighborhood in the world, or it could be the worst neighborhood in the world. During that time, everybody was outside.
Everybody's
right.
outside,
That's right.
so it's just totally different because, like we said, with the internet and all this stuff, like having iPads and all that, that's just the norm.
Yeah.
Right.
So it don't take nothing for the kids. Like if you don't
Pay attention.
program
They
it,
could
like
be
if
on
you're not
something.
paying attention, all it takes is one swipe. And what we've come to find out is like even on like the YouTube kids and all that stuff,
they can get to-
like some of these
The
some of
grown
these
people be talking like grown relationships and kid voices.
Yeah,
I
like
walk by, like, what are you
so
listening
it's
to?
like we give her the iPad for little pockets of time, but most of the time we try to
You gotta
like we
monitor it.
sitting there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we hear anything or anything get touched on, because you know they don't know exactly where they going. They just hitting the next video. So it's like, man, it's just totally different.
It's different. This yesterday when we was doing the yard, I changed my clothes, and I changed my clothes in Bryce's room, and I left my phone in there. You know, but my phone's clean. You know, I ain't on nothing no more.
No more. Clean as 21.
You know, but when me and Bola, so I went in and get my wallet stuff because we was making a run, and I just opened my phone up, and I got like 100 pictures of Bryce. Something. I like, Bola, look at that.
Because
Bryce can do it.
Because kids know, like they just know all this technology that we didn't know.
That's
Like,
right.
Bruh,
They know how to use
they
everything.
pick up on what's crazy is they pick up on it so fast.
Yeah.
You can give them I don't care who that kid is. You give them an iPad, they will figure out how to open that thing, how to Kalani can get your
Swipe,
phone
swipe.
and she find YouTube in
With
10
that,
seconds
that's
right.
going through boop,
That's
boop,
right.
boop,
That's
YouTube
right.
and she watching something. I'm
Versus
like,
us.
how?
Like I told you my story. I didn't know nothing about pornography back then.
Yeah.
It took a friend of mine to like, you know, I got this tape.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how
A
it
tape.
tape VHS.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's right.
It's free now.
Yeah. Kids
Yeah.
get to
Right.
it. So
It's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over.
It don't take much to find any of that
It
stuff
don't.
either,
And
man.
So you know that's the difference with the kids, and but you know again, it's like I say, you guys have a harder job than I did because of other society, but we have to try to take it back over.
Right.
You know, we you know the iPads and stuff. We just got to limit, like y'all say, you got to limit the time on that, and then you got to monitor it
yeah.
too. So
Limited and mine. It's
limited
it's a
and
job, man. Like
Yeah.
it's the fact that we can't just send them outside to play.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
sad. Yeah, that's
it's
bad,
tough. So I don't know. I don't know how we change that.
Man, honestly, it takes like it's very cliche, but it does take a village. Like you gotta
does.
you gotta have friends, you gotta have family that you know it's just time where y'all say, okay, hey, we're meeting up here.
Yeah.
Let's just have the
Let
kids
these
go play.
kids do
Yeah,
it, yeah.
Let them go loose, and then you know, in background we can background shooting the shit and drinking a couple of
Yeah,
drinks.
yeah.
You know,
right.
keep it. But having the kids together,
Just
that's
don't
the
play.
that's the only way that. First of all, they're gonna be socialized because the way society is now, the socialization is gonna be scaled back just because people are gonna be afraid that COVID could happen again. Right?
Mhm.
That's one.
Yeah.
So people are always gonna be on their they're gonna be a little hesitant on how to interact with people. Period. Going forward, that's just the time we're in now. So now it's about making sure everybody is socialized, especially our kids, and just having time to where they're playing with other kids their age. just having fun and being able to go outside and enjoy this weather. Like, I feel like they don't enjoy. Kids rather be inside now.
Mm-hmm.
Kids would rather be inside. I would, man. If they told me to be inside when I was younger, man, I would cry because I wanted to be outside.
Yeah. They like today, you can hear every kid in the neighborhood.
Man, listen how quiet it is.
Yeah, you can hear every kid in the neighborhood.
It's quiet. Yeah, right now
It's hot. Like, nah, we was out there. I think I caught about 4-7 heat strokes in one summer one time.
We was
Like,
talking about how bad it was for us. Like, I literally talked to my friends about this, and we just talking about our childhood, and we was like, bro, do you know how bad our health was back then? Because we'd be outside hooping in 100-degree heat with 6 sodas.
And a water hose. That was the
back hooping.
only hydration we had.
And don't get that water on the court.
LJ.
Come on, man.
That's in the same way. I'm from the north, so even in the wintertime, it's snowing and stuff. We ain't sitting in the house. We outside, man.
It's funny.
We had to be made to come in the
Right.
house.
Yeah.
It's funny, Jawan, that's one of the sons. He'll be out here and it'd be about 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And I have a whole winter jacket on and jeans.
Shorts.
And he's like, man, it's not cold in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, man, bro, we got different blood in our
Yeah. Nah, that's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
It'd be 60. And I'm like, let me go ahead and get a
under 50. I
Man,
need
60.
under 70. I'm like, okay, I need a little light jacket
Throw a
on.
light jacket on.
Put a coat in the trunk.
But one thing I always want to ask you was, okay, so the difference in not even parenting, but you, because we talk to a lot of young men as well.
Mm-hmm.
The difference in dating back when you was out dating still and now, what did you look for in women? Because what the guys are looking in women are similar, because you always want to shape, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You look at you.
gotta have something to look
Yeah. You're looking for triangle and hexagons, right? But what they looking for now is a little different from what you guys were looking for back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, we wanted to have that nice side piece on our
Right.
arm. We wanted her to be fine.
And what you say? They wanted the guy with the biggest afro?
That's right, and I had it too. Yes, sir, I had it. Too bad I ain't got the picture. But and then we did a lot of skating and stuff. So that's what we did, and that's where everybody met up and stuff. And but no, we I think the difference today is we treated the ladies better than the brothers do today, than the men do today, because and it could go both ways, both genders' fault.
Yeah.
It's the way the ladies now today, it's the way they dress and all that. It's totally different than when they dressed and all that when we were younger, and the approach. Back in the day. We had lines.
You had to have some game.
We had
Yeah,
game.
you had to have some game.
I'm about to say, I go to skate-a-rama today. I'm putting this one out. This line gonna hit them all.
You sit there and you take notes from Barry White, Isaac Hayes, and all that. The music was different. You gotta take notes. And then you go, and then you had your home in there.
Shout out to Phil.
Right.
I'm gonna please you.
And that's how it was. That's the one with the biggest afro and the best lines.
They was getting them all. They was reeling them in.
He was a winner.
I'm reeling them in today. I got the blue fin.
Got me a whole.
And then
Caught my limit today.
we was all about a foot high because we had the platforms on too.
So he was about 6'7".
Both y'all feet hurting at the end of the night.
I don't know.
I got my plans in the truck. I'm coming out tonight.
Last night, feet hurt. Oh my.
Yeah.
Both got flats in the first. Football in that too, baby.
Hey, let me ask you this. So you say y'all went skating a lot.
Yeah.
So the skating skills, I know that has to play a major part too. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't skate, you wasn't getting nothing.
No, you got to be able to roll them down now.
Oh, roll them
Roll
down.
them down. Yeah. You sitting on the sideline trying to pull. You know, you might got lucky, but if you was out there doing your thing, you
You was out there hitting
You
it.
gotta
they
skate
like,
backwards.
Oh,
You gotta be able to
they
skate
coming up to
backwards.
you.
Oh.
Yeah, all right, they coming up to you.
I've been practicing the
Let's go get him.
You know,
What's how he just moved, KB?
I tell my wife all the time, I tease her, you know, I said, I was in that movie Roll Bounce. You know, I had the afro and I could skate.
Size
You know,
17, no, I'm size 17. He was not,
Oh, snap.
I can see that. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd have been practicing every day.
Hey, straight up.
I'm getting them this
what we
weekend.
did.
Man.
That's what we did.
But see,
Yeah,
that's live,
that's what
man.
we
Y'all had things like that. And,
Yeah.
and I go back to even us saying the internet. That to me is a huge difference because even, I mean, before we got to college, like you talk to a chick, like you might see other chicks, but now after college, post college, and especially now,
It's so easy.
it's so easy to see fine women all the time. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
have access. The access is different.
it just so
That's
You
it.
could easily catch them, but are you gonna keep them? Like once you meet up to him, if you ain't got no game.
No, you
But
didn't.
it's not- you don't even really need game no more.
This is a dating
No,
app.
I'm saying yes, but I'm saying as far as like you could catch them,
Yeah.
but once you meet and you ain't got no, and she like, what the hell is this? Like,
Right.
you
Yeah.
can lose easily. That's what I'm saying.
But
The
you
game
might-
is just
but
so
you
much
might wanna-
easier.
You might have wanted to lose easy too, you know?
Yeah,
You know, just what you just because you catch them don't mean
Yeah.
you want to keep them.
Right,
you
yeah.
know. You know,
Some of
that
them
goes
trash
both
fish,
ways.
yeah.
That goes both ways. You know,
that's a mullet.
That's a mullet. I
Bottom
can't eat
feeder
this
right
one.
there. Yeah.
Can't eat
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, but nah, you really gotta like if we could get back to doing stuff like that, like we married now, but if we had stuff like that,
Mhm.
like man, like the meetup, we were meeting up at the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we was meeting up at the club, but to have
let out.
to have something to do, like
Yeah.
we all gonna meet up at the roller rink.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, I remember y'all went to Lockwood.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
actually
see?
went there one time,
See?
bro.
Lockwood. We had Derry Ashford roller rink. We had
What's the
one.
other one?
There was
was it
one.
Almeida?
Funplex. You was
There's
at
Fun-
Funplex.
Funplex a little behind. Like that was past my time.
Uh,
That
It
was
got, it got, a
that's
little,
your.
it got a little dangerous at that time.
Yeah.
I think that was your era.
Yeah, it
We
got
had,
a little
Cook,
dangerous.
we had Cook Road roller rink right there off of Cook and Beach Nut. So it was a lot.
They
The
are
kids,
different.
It changed around
the
my
kids
time.
don't really have that type of fun, and it might be our fault as
It
well
is
because
our fault. We
yeah.
don't make them.
we don't make them.
We don't make them.
It's our fault. And then the people are weirdos too. Like
Yeah, they
it's a lot of things you have to shield
Social
your
media has made
you have
it-
to shield your kids from so much stuff
It
now.
is.
Social media is making it cool to be gangster, and it's like I was telling y'all, what is it right there in the SWAT the what is it?
Funplex.
Funplex. I heard great things about it growing up. Like
Oh man, we
it was
stayed
like,
we stayed there.
Funplex is a spot. You know, you go pull some. You know,
Mhm.
and then when it got time for me to go around my age, I mean, it just got dangerous. Like
Yeah.
people want to just pull up there and post up with their hood and want to fight and what. It was like there's no fun.
See, and that like you grew up in Chicago area, right?
Well, we a little
You
west
further
of
out,
Chicago.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we
But
up-
you, it
people
was
when I
still
tell
it was still gangs out there,
Oh yeah.
but it wasn't like them gangs were gangs because that's my hood.
That's it. That's
It
your
wasn't gangs.
territory.
Yeah, it's your territory. That's hey, we represent this part of the town. This is what we do. We
Yeah.
have fun. This we stay within
Mhm.
ourselves.
Exactly.
Now it's like we here to fight. Like
Mhm.
see, but
No matter what we at.
You think-
I don't care
think
where we
about
at.
college,
It can be,
though.
I can be your hood. I'm fighting you.
think about college. Just when we first got to college, people went out to have fun.
Oh, we was dancing.
So when we went to the club,
you come home sweating.
everybody
Polo's
was
done.
everybody was
That's
dancing,
one- that's
everybody
one
having
time
fun.
Mhm.
Now you go and it's like a
Posted up.
show. Everybody posted
It's who's
up,
buying
and
the
it's
most
who-
bottles.
It's
Yeah.
like, man,
So that gets back to what y'all said though. The difference. So we had a lot of fun. That's why your job is harder as a parent.
mhm.
We had a lot of fun. So it changed from us to y'all. Y'all still had your fun, but you seen there still was a difference between y'all and what we did.
yeah.
But now, can you imagine what your kids
Man,
is going
I
to
can't.
deal with? So you You got a hard job being a young parent now. That's just bottom line. It's just
I literally worry
work
about that.
24 hours a day. Your mind can't stop
Yeah.
because you got protection mode, you got survival mode, you gotta support your family. You got a lot going on. You brothers got a lot going on. I'm gonna keep it real.
As a father, you raised your kids in Chicago?
No, we wasn't in Chicago.
Okay.
We was in Illinois. We was a little south of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how was it like when your kids got to the age where they were out as a father? Like, was it stressful just making sure they got back in safe?
No, not really.
Not with you?
Because the boys always hung out pretty much. Jawan's younger. My oldest son is 42. But Jawan is the youngest. He's 20. He just turned 26. Right? Yeah, he just turned 26. But the boys, when Bailey was up there with them, it was always the two boys and the two girls together. They was always together. And I didn't really worry about them.
That's one thing I'll tell you about, like, just watching your boys. Yeah. Like, for example, right now they're all in Nashville. Like they don't live in Nashville, but they all met up in Nashville. So one thing I'll tell you, like I admire is that they stick together, right? And the two older boys, Josh and Chad, hang out with Jawan as much as they can, even though they're not in the same city. Right. So whenever it's a time to do something, they making sure they have Jawan with them, because they're the older ones and they've been through everything. And Jawan is green still.
Yeah, he is.
He's green.
He think he all that, but you know how it is.
Jawan is green. He's a good guy, So
which is rare.
Which is rare. He's a good guy. So it's like they're taking him under his wing, and that's what I want for my kids. Like one thing I can say about Bryce is one of the most caring, loving kids that I've ever met in my entire life. The way he protects anyone that's shorter than him. Basically, you can be older than him, but if you're shorter than him, he got your back. So it's like that's the kind of relationship I want my kids to all have. Like they're all stick together, they all do everything for each other, even when it's having fun. Like even though the age gap is so much between them, they still make sure that they bring him along and make him experience everything that they're experiencing as well.
They do.
That's loud, man.
That's some great talk, man. So, what advice would you give us young dads out here that's listening? I know the times have changed and you got a lot. You said we got a tough.
Times change, and if you got girls like my man here do, a lot of prayer.
Yeah, that's really all you can do.
A lot of prayer.
Stay in their lives.
Right.
You got to stay in their lives, and even if I haven't been the best always, but even if for some reason something happened with the family, you still got to stay in the children's life.
Yeah. They need that.
They need dads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
They need dads. Mama's always gonna be there. They need dads, and that's just how it is.
That's what we've been preaching to these fellas, man. Like
you gotta have your dad in your life.
Yeah. Regardless of the situation, we all three of us strive to be in our kids' lives and just show that that it's cool to be to be a dope dad and to be in your kid's life. That's and
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. It's not nothing more than just loving your kids, man.
And they're gonna respect you, especially girls. They're gonna respect you more. Just like you talking about your daughter's dances and stuff like that. My son takes his daughter to a dance every year. And I think Aubrey's 8 years old. Right. Chad takes her every year to a dance. It's okay. That's okay. That's because that's the times we're in now.
Yeah.
You can't just have a young boy pull up to your house taking your daughter to the prom or something like we did.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It's just different. I think of the with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
Boys,
when the boy came up.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta be now. Let them know.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need. I'll fight.
We need. That's right.
And I like to.
Yeah. Try Jesus.
We 10, 15 deep. Wait. Oh, y'all going well? Okay.
Yeah.
Come holler at us real quick.
He calling her is this the house? It's like 20 dudes outside.
Y'all having a party?
We said, hey, and truth be told, it's actually 21 of us. One is at the spot y'all gonna be at, like watching. Like, okay, yeah.
Have our back.
Hey, Bola,
Straight
go pull up an AMC. Just sit there.
Yeah,
Sit there. They want to go watch this movie. You should be in the back and just see what old buddy doing.
Make sure.
Yeah, I got you. I got you, Jones.
You see that flashlight? That's me.
Yeah, that's me. That ain't Usher.
Keep your hands these.
That ain't Usher. That's me. That ain't the Usher. That's me. That's me with the flashlight. Hey, put your hand out the popcorn. That's enough pop. You didn't have enough.
So what's your final thoughts, man?
I'm just glad you're here. Like I told you yesterday, Texas is great.
Yeah.
Texas is great. You know,
Plenty of room.
You got family here in Dallas and you got family here in Houston. So we would just love to have you back on this side of the earth, right?
Yeah, you know, if she's thinking about it, you know, I just gotta go with the flow, you know.
Yeah.
I don't call shots no more. I just go along with it.
Right.
Even more advice.
Right.
Just go with the flow.
Just go with the flow,
Just
babe.
go with the flow.
Let her call a
What
shot.
you got?
No, I'm just appreciative, man. This was a great talk, great convo. Shoot, I look forward to doing it again.
Yes.
Let's make it happen again.
Yes, definitely.
Once you get settled in, and if she allows to y'all move,
Right, allows.
to move out,
That's
to move
it.
out here,
Allows.
we gotta do it again. So
Yeah.
Nah, like we said, we glad to be back. Great episode. And shout out to Topo Chico and
Right.
some smooth seltzers. And we'll get some info on these cigars that we had today too.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you. The wisdom, the laughs, taking us back, had me thinking I could be a disco dancer.
I'm about to go buy me some
skates.
I'm about to go on Amazon and look for some skates right now.
Yeah, man. Man, it just giving that great advice of it's short and simple, but it's to the point, you know, just be there, you know, be in their lives. So our fellas that's listening out there, I hope you take that to heart, just be in your kids' lives, man. This is wisdom. 21 grandkids,
Man,
6 kids.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So again, we appreciate you on the show, man. Great having you. It's a great episode. So episode 33, we're gonna toast out, man.
Toast out, yes, sir.